quite understand what I can do for you. Is there a question of law somewhere?
That's what I want to ask you.
Because there's nothing illegal about a girl falling in love with an immigrant.
Yeah, but what if the only reason for it is to get his papers?
First of all, you don't know that.
I see it in his eyes. He's laughing at it. He's laughing at me.
Eddie, I'm only a lawyer. I can only deal in what's provable. You understand that, don't you? Can you prove that?
I know what's in his mind, Mr. Alfieri.
But can you prove that?
Wait a minute. Will you give me a minute, please? My father always said you was a wise man. I want you to listen to me.
I'm only a lawyer, Eddie.
Wait a minute. Let me just bring out what I mean. A man who enters the country illegal, don't it stand a reason for him to put every penny in the sock? Because he doesn't know from one place to another, right?
Alright.
He's spending. Records he buys now. Shoes, jackets. This guy is here. It means he's got it all laid out. He's staying, alright?
Well, what about it?
I'm talking to you confidentially, ain't I?
Certainly.
Because I don't want this to go anywhere else but here.
What is it?
The guy ain't right, Mr. Alfieri.
What do you mean?
I mean, he ain't right.
I don't get you.
Have you ever seen him?
Not that I know. No.
He's a blonde guy like Platinum. You understand me?
No.
I mean, if you put the paper fast on him, you might blow him over.
Well, it doesn't mean...
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. He sings, see? Which is, I mean, it's okay, but sometimes he hits a note. I turn around a high note.
Well, that's a tenor.
I know a tenor, Mr. Alfieri. This ain't no tenor. If you walked in the house and you didn't know who was singing, you wouldn't be looking for him. You'd be looking for her.
Yes, but...
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. A couple of nights ago, my niece brings out the dress which is too small for her because she shot up like the light last year. He takes the dress, puts it on the table. He cuts it up. 1, 2, 3. He makes a new dress. He looks so sweet. You could kiss him if he was so sweet.
Now look, Eddie.
Mr. Alfieri, please. They're laughing at him on the pier. Paper doll, they call him. Blondie now. His brothers think it's because he's got a sense of humor, which he's got, but that ain't why they're laughing. And they're not gonna come out with it because they know he's my relative. And they have to see me before they make a crack, you know?
Eddie, look, I understand you. I have my own children. But the law is very specific. The law does not...
You mean to tell me if a guy ain't right...
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing?
Nothing at all. There's only one legal question here.
What?
The manner in which they entered the country.
You mean...
Well, they entered illegally.
Oh, Jesus, no, I wouldn't do anything about that. I mean, nothing.
Well, would you listen to me?
Mr. Alfieri, I can't believe what you tell me. There must be some kind of law which forbids a guy from entering...
Eddie, I want you to listen to me. You know, sometimes God mixes up the people. We all love somebody. The wife, the kids. Every man's got someone he loves. But sometimes, there's too much. There's too much love for the daughter, and there's too much love for the niece. And the father doesn't realize this, but through the years, there's too much love. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
What do you mean? I shouldn't look out for her good?
Yes, but these things have to end, Eddie. The child has to grow up, and the man needs to learn how to forget. Just wish her luck and let her go. That's my advice, Eddie.
Even if he's a punk?
There's nothing you can do. The law is very specific.
Well, thanks. Thanks very much.
What are you going to do?
What can I do? I'm a patsy. What can a patsy do? I worked like a dog 20 years just so a punk could have her? In the worst times, the worst, when there wasn't one boat on the pier. I didn't look down for relief. I hustled. When there wasn't one boat in Brooklyn, I went to Hoboken, Staten Island, the West Side, Jersey. Because I made a promise. I took out of my own mouth to give to her. I took out of my wife's mouth. And now I'm sitting down, watching that punk as he puts her filthy hands on her.
Eddie, she's a woman now.
He's stealing from me!
Eddie, she wants to get married. Do you expect her to marry you?
What are you talking about? Marry me? You're crazy, man.
Eddie, look, I gave you my advice. Let her go. Will you do that?
Thanks. Thanks very much. It's just... It's breaking my heart, you know?
I understand you, Eddie. Just let her go. Just forget her.
I'll see you around.